win, J-Rock. What do you think of your performance on the win over Ishe Smith?
You know, I always want to go back and look at the tape before I criticize or give myself too much praise. But I feel good about it. I just think I got away from my principles a little bit in the end. In the beginning, I think I was using my jab real good, and I was doubling, tripling, keeping them up balanced. And then when I started wearing them down, I kind of got away from my principles and gave some shots back. But nevertheless, it's a good experience, and that's why I came here to Ishe Smith's hometown and stepped up to the challenge. You know, he asked for me, you know, and I wanted to show some growth from my last couple of fights, and I think I did that. Just baby steps. You know?
Were you surprised at how many punches he threw? He seemed to be more offensive than I used to see in Ishe Smith fight.
No, I wasn't surprised. You know, he's in his hometown. You know, you don't want to just get, you know, lose to every single round and possibly get knocked out in his hometown. I knew he would fight hard and fight tough. So I'm not surprised at Ishe Smith. He's a old, gritty veteran. He's been around the world, been around the block rather. You know, so I wasn't surprised at anything.
What did you think of his punching power? Did he buzz you at any point in the 10 rounds?
No, I don't think so. No, I just think at some point in time I was just letting too many go. You know what I mean? He was getting off and I was catching and so I just let too many go. And I got the crowd into it. But
what about the low punches? He got warned a lot, it seemed like.
In this boxing, I don't think it were intentional, but he's not the most accurate puncher. So I don't think it was intentional.
Was tonight about just getting back in there, going 10 hard, or did you want the knockout tonight?
Of course, I wanted the knockout, but I know one thing about those old gritty veterans that never been knocked out. They live on that. They stand by that. So if I said in the press that I'm gonna knock him out, first thing say, oh, he ain't gonna knock me out. You know what I mean? So I think that would get his mind off of winning. You know, so it's more like mind thing. Of course, I wanted to knock him out. You know, but I was more into boxing him and winning rounds and wearing him down and beating him up. But the knockout didn't come. I thought I had a shot in there a few times when I started going to his body, but he's crafty, man. You know, he got his hometown behind him, and it was a couple bad headbutts, and it was a punch that opened him up as well. So, you know, it was a good experience for me. Something I think I needed.
Hey, Julian, in the fourth round, I noticed you only threw like one right hand. Mm-hmm. Was your hand bothering you in that round?
No, you know what? I hurt my hand late. I think I threw an uppercut.
Okay.
And it was pretty much like in the 6th round. But I know I can dominate fights on my left hand. You know, I got an educated left hand. So I thought I was dominating him in the first round without even throwing my right hand. You know, y'all look at you. You thought my hand was hurt. I didn't really hurt my hand until maybe about the 7th or 8th round. It was an uppercut that grazed off his face and pushed the corner. Actually, I never hurt this knuckle before in my life. It's usually the middle knuckle. But I think I'm gonna just go get surgery and get my hands corrected.
Julian, you know, the WBC, usually regarded as the most prestigious belt out there. Do you want to fight Jermell Charlo in 2018?
I want to fight any champion that's going to give me a chance at a title shot, you know. I don't have no picks. I never had no picks. I always wanted to fight the best, and I'm going to continue to try to fight the best. You know, Ishe Smith is not a fight that I asked for. Actually, I was signed to fight that rough, tough guy, Nathaniel Gallimore. You know, the fight was done. You know, I was going to fight him, and I get a call saying Ishe Smith wants to fight. I'm like, okay. You know, I think that people think, let me see how I can put this. I don't think Ishe Smith is a coward, but he's an opportunist. You know what I mean? We try to get the Ishe Smith fight, and I'm not knocking him, but we tried to get the Ishe Smith fight back in 2015 after I fought up here in Canada against the guy Medina. We tried to get the fight after that. He said, "Oh, I wasn't gonna make a name off of him and all this kind of stuff." But after I get my first loss, so I want to fight Julian Williams. You know what I mean? So I said, "Fuck it, I'll fight him." You know what I mean? I don't care. I'll go to his hometown. Just give me a ring, give me some gloves. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about the judges or the referees. Just let's fight. You know, it was a good experience, though. I appreciate his grittiness. I appreciate the experience, and on to the next.
Do any of those guys, you said you fight any champ, but if they said, Julian, we get you any of the 3 champs, which one would you want to fight?
Any of them. I don't got no picks. I think I match up well with any of them. You know, I got world-class skills. I got a world-class left hand. You see I dominated the first 5 rounds just off my left hand. You know, I think I match up 50-50 with anybody in the world.
Any last message for all the fans out there to watch your fight?
Just keep following me. You know, I'm 27. I'm still getting better. I'm still growing. You know, me and my team, I got a new strength conditioning coach, Tony, and we working, man. I'm just getting better. You know, follow me on Instagram at J-Rock Boxing. I'm on Twitter at J-Rock Boxing. I'm on Facebook at Julian Williams. And let me get out of here because Father's on my ass and they want me to go up pissing his cup.
All right, man.
Thank you.